In continuation with chapter number 4, that is moving charges and magnetism, now let's study another topic, that is Ampere's circuital law. This law is applicable for steady current, that is constant current, and it is the alternative form of Biot-Savart's law. It states that line integral of magnetic field, that is B vector dot dl vector, around a closed surface is equal to permeability times the total current passing through that surface that is, in mathematical form, we can write it as a closed line integral of magnetic field and length element. Here we are using dot product because the direction of line element or length element is same as that of the direction of magnetic field, and it is equal to permeability times the total current passing through that closed surface. This closed surface or loop is known as Amperian loop. This relation is known as Ampere's circuital law. This law is applicable for steady current, here the closed loop is known as Amperian loop. Ampere's circuital law is easier and it is the alternative form of Biot-Savart's law. And it is similar to that of Gauss law, which we have studied in electrostatics. Gauss law is the alternative form of Coulomb's law, and Gauss law is used to find the value of electric field by uniform charge distribution. Similarly, here Ampere's circuital law is used to calculate the value of magnetic field in uniform current distribution. Now let's study about its sign convention. We find the direction of magnetic field by right hand thumb rule or right hand screw rule. So now let's draw it about its closed loop. in uniform current distribution. Consider a closed loop or an Amperian loop in a current carrying conductor. Let the direction of current is in this way, that is, the currents are passing through the closed surface in these directions. These are, let I1 current, I2 and I3 and I4 currents are there. And if the direction of line integration over a closed surface or a boundary is in anticlockwise direction, then according to right hand thumb rule or right hand screw rule, the screw when the screw is rotating in anticlockwise direction, then where the screw is rotating gives the direction of line integral, that is B dot dl, and the direction where the thumb advances or the screw advances gives the direction of current. In this direction, I1 and I2 are considering as positive and I3 and I4 are negative when BDL is anticlockwise. That is, according to Ampere's circuital law, total current is I1 plus I2 minus sum of negative currents I3 plus I4. And if magnetic field is traversing in clockwise direction, then the screw will advance in downward direction, that is here at this time I3 and I4 will be considered as positive and I1 and I2 will be negative according to right hand screw rule or thumb rule. And Ampere's circuital law is B dot dl integration over B dot dl equivalent to mu naught I enclosed. That is the total current passing through the surface. Now let's find the value of magnetic field. Due to a current carrying circular wire of infinite length. By using Ampere's circuital law. For this, let us consider a straight current carrying wire, straight wire of long length its circular area of cross section is this and its radius from the axis is A. Let I current is flowing in this direction in this wire, and we have to calculate the value of magnetic field outside the straight wire, on the surface of this wire and inside the wire. For this we will draw the Amperian loop where we want to calculate the value of magnetic field. If at outside the wire, let point P is outside and it is r distance from the axis. If on the surface, then this R is equal to A, and if inside the surface, point P is inside the surface, then Amperian loop is less than A. We will consider one by one each case. First is when point P lies outside the wire. That is, radius is greater than the radius of the straight wire. Then according to Ampere's law, close integral over B dot dl equal to mu naught I. Here the angle between dl and B is 0 degree, that is direction of length element, and magnetic field is same. Therefore B integration over dl equal to mu naught I cos 0 is 1. Or we can write B into 2 pi r as the integration of the line elements is equal to the circumference of the Amperian loop. B equal to 2 pi, B into 2 pi I equal to mu naught I, or B is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi r. This is equation number 1. From equation 1, we can see that magnetic field is inversely proportional to the radius of the circle. At last, we will draw a graph between radius and the magnetic field. Now the second case is when point P is lying on the surface of the straight wire. When P is lying on the surface, then the Amperian loop is on the surface, therefore R is equal to A, and in this case, according to Ampere's law, BDL equal to mu naught I. Here closed integral dl is 2 pi a, and angle between B and dl is same, that is cos 0 is 1, dl is 2 pi a equal to mu naught I. Therefore magnetic field B is equal to mu naught I by 2 pi a. Case 3 is when point P is inside the straight wire. When the point P is lying inside the wire, then there are two cases are possible. That is, we can suppose that the current is flowing along the surface only, or the current is flowing throughout the wire. Then if the current, first possibility is if current flows along the surface. Then, according to Ampere's circuital law, B dot dl is equal to 0 because I is equal to 0 inside the wire. Therefore, in this case, B is equal to 0, and its second case is when current is uniformly distributed throughout the wire. Then as this radius is small than the radius of this straight wire, then the current is also less than the actual current flowing through the wire. Therefore, as R is less than A, therefore I is also less than I dash. Let us suppose I dash current is flowing within this Amperian loop. I dash is less than the actual current flowing, where I dash is less than I and it is equal to the area of the circle covered, area of circle of radius small r, into the current per unit area of the wire. Per unit area, area of the circle of radius r is pi r square into current is total current is I, per unit area of the wire is pi having radius a. So it is equal to I r square by a square. This is the current which is less than the actual current. Therefore, according to Ampere's law, B dot dl equal to mu naught I dash. Now we will substitute the value of I dash, that is I r square by a square. It is equal to B dl cos 0 degree. dl is equal to 2 pi r. Therefore, B is equal to mu naught, r will cancel out and we get I r upon 2 pi a square. This implies that magnetic field is directly proportional to the radius of the circle, and by all these cases, this is equation number 4, we can draw the variation between magnetic field and the distance inside the wire. We have seen that magnetic field is either 0, or in the second case when it is uniformly distributed, current is uniformly distributed, then it is directly proportional to the distance. Thus, the linear graph on the surface magnetic field is equal to the radius of the circle, and outside the surface it is inversely proportional to the radius. Here, when r is less than a, r is equal to a, and r is greater than a. Inside, on the surface, this is magnetic field, distance, and outside the surface. Now we have calculated the value of magnetic field by infinite length wire. Thus, we conclude that Ampere's circuital law is applicable for any kind of loop and not valid for finding the value of magnetic field at center due to circular loop. That is, B is equal to mu naught I upon 2R cannot be obtained with the help of Ampere's circuital law.